Okay. Shall we start now? Hello. Okay. In my previous lecture, I taught you about negative prefixes, right? Yes. Okay. Now tell me which negative prefixes I told you in my previous lecture. Yes, Sahil, Shraddha. No, no. That is the definition of prefix. Okay. Yes. But which negative prefixes do we use? Okay, to make a word negative. Tell me negative prefixes. Okay. Is my screen visible to you all? Hello. Okay. Now, I told you that there are some negative prefixes, okay, by using which we turn a word into negative, right? Like adding a, okay, before a word, or this, il, in, ir, non, and un. Now, in this lecture, I will tell you how to recognize or how to identify a negative prefix, okay, that we can use before a word to make it negative. There are some rules, and if you follow that rules, we will definitely understand how to make a word into negative, right? So first we will try to understand how to make a word into negative form by using prefix a, okay, or that is a at the beginning of a word. So the prefix a is used only before a consonant sound. Okay, consonant means what? Can you tell me what do you mean by consonant in Marathi or in Hindi? Yes, what do you mean by consonant or consonant sound? Yes, consonant म्हणजे काय? Yes, tell me what is the meaning of a consonant sound? Okay, what is a vowel? Consonant means vyanjan, okay, and vowel means swer, like a, e, I, o, u. Okay, these are vowels commonly used in English language. Now, when we talk about a negative prefix a, we should know that this takes place only before a consonant sound. For example, the word political is given here, okay, and it starts with a consonant sound, that is T, okay. So, in order to make this word negative, we need to add the prefix a before the word, okay, so that we can turn it into a negative word. In the same way, there is one more word that is taste. Taste means what? Does anyone know the meaning of? Yes, some, something means what? Yes, it is. This word is specially related to God. Okay, so a theist is a person who believes in the existence of God. Okay, or who believes in the conception of God. On the other hand, a theist is a person who doesn't believe in the existence of God, and that is why here the negative pronoun, sorry, negative prefix is used before this word. I think this uh, was asked in the last year exam. Okay, last year university exam. This was asked. So remember this. Okay. Now, did you understand this? That where will you use the negative prefix a? Where where will you? Yes, when there is a consonant sound. Okay, not before a vowel sound. Next rule is that words that take this as a negative prefix may begin with a vowel or a consonant. That is, we can make any word negative if by using this before it. Okay. Now, as you might have already heard this word agree. Okay. Agree is a word. Okay. And in order to make this word negative, we need to add the prefix this, okay, before the root word. And this is the root word, okay, or the original word is agree. And in order to make this word negative, you need to add the prefix this before it so that you can make it disagree, okay. The class of the word does not change, okay. It is a verb, okay, and this is also a verb. So here the class does not change, just the meaning changes, okay, from positive to negative. Then the next is connect, okay, and in order to make this connect into negative form or in negative manner, we will use this before the main word, that is, and it will become disconnect. In the same way, encourage. The word is encourage, and we will make this negative by using this at the beginning of the main word. So if you see these three words, you will understand that there are words beginning with vowel as well as a consonant sound. Can you tell me which of these words start with a consonant sound or a vowel sound? Yes, agree and encourage are the words which begin with a vowel sound. So we can say that this negative prefix this, okay, can be used before a vowel as well as a consonant sound. The next rule is that some words take the negative prefix ill before them, okay, in order to present or in order to convey the negative meaning. But ill is used only before the words beginning with L alphabet, okay? That is, legal becomes illegal, okay? And literate becomes illiterate. So keep this in mind that when you are about to make a negative word from you or by using ill prefix, at that time the original word should begin with the alphabet L, that is legal or literate, that will become illiterate after adding prefix ill before it. Okay. The next rule is that words that take im, okay. So words that take im as a negative prefix always begin with the letter m or p. Okay. So keep these rules in your mind. Okay. This will be useful for you not for the exam only, but for your everyday use of English also. Here, the word moral is given, okay, and by adding the negative prefix im, it has been turned into the negative meaning, okay, or into negative word. That is, moral has become immoral here, when patient has been turned into impatient, and possible becomes impossible here. That is, by using im, we can make a word present the negative meaning, but we add this negative prefix im only before the words beginning with the letter m or p. Okay, so if you see these three words have begun with m and p. Okay, so did you understand this, or is there any problem with this one or this one, il or im? Okay, the next rule is that it is related to the negative prefix in. Okay, negative prefix in. Now, when we have to present the negative meaning of a word, at that time we should remember that if the word is beginning with either a vowel or a consonant, but it should not include I and U. I and U are vowels in English, so you can make any vowel or consonant into negative, but not before the vowels I and U. Here, the one accurate is given. Okay, it begins with a vowel, that is A. Okay, now we will turn this word accurate into negative meaning by using in at the beginning. Okay, that is in is the prefix and accurate is the root word. And by combining in and accurate together, we can convey the negative meaning of the word. In the same way, another example is given here, that is eligible. Okay, so we will turn this eligible into negative by using in at the beginning of that word, so that it will become ineligible. Okay. Next, descent. Okay, descent can be converted into negative meaning by using in at the beginning of the root word, and then it will become indecent. Then active is a word given here. So by adding in before it, we can make active into negative form or negative meaning. Okay, so if you see all these four words begin with, okay, so just focus on the first word, okay, or the first alphabet, not the word, first alphabet. So in the first sentence, sorry, in the first example, the word begins with A, that is a vowel sound. In the second example, the word begins with E, that is also a vowel sound. In the third example, the word begins with a consonant sound, that is D. Okay, and in the fourth example, the word begins with a vowel, that is A. Okay, or that is alphabet A. So that we can say that the above rule is correct and is useful. That when we want to use the negative prefix in before a word, that word can be either a vowel or a consonant, but it should not begin with I and U. Okay, but there is one exception, so that there are some words in English that are complete within itself. Okay, for example, include. Okay, so this is the original word, and we cannot divide in and clude. Okay, because this word clude has no meaning. Okay, so it has the meaning only when it takes, sorry, when it is written as include. So here in is not a negative prefix. Okay, in is not used as a negative prefix. The word is complete within itself. Okay, in the same way, the word inform. Okay, so this is a complete verb or complete word in itself. We cannot divide it as, or here in is not used as a prefix to this word because this word is complete within itself. In the same way, in the third example, intent, or in the fourth example, invite, there is in here, in is not used as a prefix. Okay, in these two words, in is not used as a prefix. Okay, because these are root words. Okay, or these are original words. Okay, main words that we cannot divide or that we cannot make into negative or positive by using in prefix. Next is that words that take I and R, that is ir, before the main word. Okay, it is a negative prefix, and this prefix is used only before the words that begin with the letter R. Okay, so the words in English beginning with are positive, and in order to make them negative, we need to use the negative prefix ir before that. Okay, so if you see here, rational is an affirmative word. Okay, so to make this negative, we need to use the negative prefix ir before them. Okay, so that it will convey the negative meaning of the word, and which will become finally the irrational. Okay, next, in the next example, regular. So this regular word is affirmative in nature. Okay, it shows that something is happening regularly. Okay, but if we want to convey the negative meaning of this word regular, we will use the negative prefix ir before the word so that it can convey the negative or the opposite meaning of the main word, that is irregular, which means that something is not happening regularly, okay, or frequently. Next is resistible. Okay, resistible. Then this resistible can be converted into negative form by using ir prefix before the root word, and then it will become irresistible. Okay, so resistible, regular, or rational. These three words are main words, are root words, and by adding the negative prefix ir before them, we have turned them into negative meaning, negative, okay, so that it can convey the opposite or negative meaning of the main word. Next is that words that take non as a negative prefix, okay, non as a negative prefix, it may begin with a vowel or a consonant sound. So we can use this negative prefix non before a vowel as well as a consonant sound. Here, the word conformist is given, okay, and we will make this word conformist into opposite or into negative by using a non before it. Or in the same way, the next example, essential, which is essential means important. Okay, so we will use non before the root word essential to make this negative, or in order to convey the negative side of or the negative meaning of that word, that is non-essential. So here essential will become non-essential. Okay, so here the positive meaning or the affirmative meaning is converted into negative by using the negative prefix non at the beginning of the root word or the main word. The next example is fiction. Fiction means what? imaginary. Okay, fiction means what? A short story, novel, drama, play, or a movie also. Okay, movie is also a type of fiction. It is based on fiction or the imagination of the writer, director, or all the people who make that movie. So that is a part of fiction. So in order to make that word into negative, we will use non at the beginning of that word. Okay, so that fiction will become non-fiction. Non-fiction means based on reality, based on facts. Okay, do you understand this? Or is there any problem or doubts? Okay, I don't think that there is any difficulty in understanding these rules because they are very easy and understandable. Next is un. Okay, by using the prefix un, we can make a word negative. But un takes place before a vowel sound or a consonant sound. Okay. Now, here the examples are given able, interesting, usual, and comfortable. Now, we will make able into negative form by using un at the beginning of the root word. Okay, that is able. So, when we will add that negative prefix un before the root word able, it will become unable. Okay, and it will convey the negative meaning. Next is interesting. Interesting is the root word, and by adding the negative prefix un at the beginning of the root word interesting, it will become negative, and so it will convey the negative meaning and it will become uninteresting. Next, usual. Okay, so this usual can be can be converted into negative by using un at the beginning of the root word. That is usual. Usual is the root word or the main word, and in order to make this negative, we will use the negative prefix un at the beginning of that root word. Then we have comfortable. Okay, so we will make this word comfortable negative by using un at the beginning of that word, and so that it will become uncomfortable and express the negative meaning or the negative side of something or someone. Next is helpful. Okay, so this helpful is a positive word that, for example, he was very helpful to me. But when you want to convey that someone is not helpful to you at that time, you need to use this word unhelpful. Okay, so by adding the prefix un at the beginning of the root word that is helpful, you can convey the negative meaning of that word. Next is prepared. Okay, so to make this negative, you need to add the negative prefix un at the beginning of that word so that it can convey the negative meaning, so that it will become unprepared. Okay, for example, if I say that Ram was prepared for the exam, so after, so when you read this sentence or listen to this sentence, you understand that Ram has prepared for something. Okay, he is ready. But if you want to show that Ram is not ready for exam or for anything at that time, you can say that Ram is unprepared for this exam. That he has not prepared. Now here I have given some examples. Okay, did you understand all the rules that I just taught you? Okay, now give me the answers of this. You have to give me the answers. Okay, how will you make the negative of the given words? Okay, or how will you make them negative? Which negative prefix will you use before these words? First, legal. How will you make it negative? Okay, so you will use. Okay, next, satisfaction. Un or dis. Which prefix will you use here? Unsatisfaction or dissatisfaction? This is used before satisfaction. Okay, dissatisfaction, or you can use un also. Okay, both can be used. There are some words in English which can take more than one negative prefix before them. Next, rational. Okay. So here we can say rational can become irrational. Yes. Next, like. Okay. Likes become dislike. Next, fashionable. Fashionable. Okay. Fashionable becomes un. Okay. Fashionable becomes unfashionable. Next, okay. Attractive. Yes. No, we never use this before attractive. Okay. We use unattractive. Okay. And fashionable. Sorry. Trust. Okay. Trust. Distrust. Next. Limited. Okay. Okay. Certain. Okay. Limited. Unlimited. Certain. No. No. What? No. Which negative prefix will you use before this word certain? We always use the negative prefix un before the word certain in order to make it negative. Certain, uncertain. Okay. Next, guide. Okay. Okay. Guide, misguide. Next, polite. Yes. Which negative prefix will you use before this word polite? Yes. Correct one. Im. We always use the negative prefix im before the root word polite in order to make it negative. Next, acceptable. Okay. Acceptable, unacceptable. Okay. Believable. Okay. Here also we will use un. Yes. Next, fair. Yeah. Here also we will use un. Next, behave. Okay. We will use the negative prefix miss before the word behave. Yes, obedient. Okay, obedient, disobedient. Then even. Okay, that's correct. Even, uneven. Next, logical. Okay, logical, illogical. Then person. Sorry, personal. Okay, personal, impersonal. Next, continue. Okay, yes, continue sir. Discontinue होना. Next, regular. Yes, irregular. Then honest. Yes, honest, dishonest. Next, competent. Scheme. No, no. Skin. We use in before the word competent in order to make it negative competent, incompetent. Next, legal.
Illegal.
Yes, illegal. Then we have the word qualified. Yes, un or dis. Here, the word qualified or the word qualified takes un as well as this before it. Okay, it depends. Then next, possible. Yes, yes, possible will become impossible. Next, okay. Now lock. No. Yes, lock, unlock. Next, okay. Next, perfect. Perfect will become imperfect. Okay. Next, responsible. Yes. What was the rule of words beginning with a consonant sound R? Yes. We use the negative prefix IR only before the words which begin with the alphabet R. Okay. So that this rule can be applied to this word responsible. Next, agreeable. Okay. Agreeable, disagreeable. Next, understand. Yes, understand becomes misunderstand. Next, connect. Yes, connect becomes disconnect. So we will add the negative prefix this before that word. Next, avoidable. Which negative prefix will you use before this word avoidable? Yes, tell me, miss. Yes, which? Yes, no, no, only unavoidable. Okay, then complete becomes. Yes, complete becomes. Yes, incomplete. Then accurate becomes un. Yes, accurate becomes inaccurate, not inaccurate. Okay, accurate becomes inaccurate, not inaccurate. Welcome. Yes, accurate becomes. Yes, tell me, accurate becomes inaccurate. Now, welcome. Which negative prefix will you use before this word welcome? No. Yes, unwelcome. Please mute yourself. Okay. Now, which negative prefix will we use before this word welcome? Yes, he was unwelcomed at the party. Next, mature. No. Yes, immature. Please mute yourself. Please mute yourself after answering, okay? Then conscious, yes, conscious, unconscious. Yes, then patient, yes, patient, impatient. Then cover, yes. Which negative prefix will you use here to make it negative? Cover, yes, cover. No, no, discover is a root word, okay? Discover is a root word. And discover is not a negative meaning, na? Discover is not a negative word. Discover means to find something, okay? It has nothing to do with negative meaning. Here, cover means to, what can we say? To cover something, okay? And uncover means to remove that cover. But here, discover is a root word, okay? And it has totally different meaning. We add the negative prefixes before the root words which are positive in meaning. And in order to make them negative, we add only the negative prefix before them. So here the meaning is the same, but just positive to negative. Okay, so meaning changes from positive to negative. Here the word discover is totally different. It has different meaning. Okay, it has its own meaning, and we make it discover and discover. Okay, discover is the root word. I hope that you have understood all the rules. Do you have any difficulty or any doubts in today's lecture? See, I will conduct 2 lectures per week. Okay, I will conduct 2 lectures per week, and I will be dealing with only the modules based on communication skills. Okay, do you know your syllabus? Do you know your syllabus of English? Shraddha, Sahil, where are you? Nadia, Roshni, do you know the syllabus of English? Why? I think in my first lecture I told you, na. Where is your syllabus? I think I gave you the syllabus of English in my first lecture, right? Is my screen visible to you? Is my screen visible to you? Can you see my screen?
Yes,
Okay. So this is your syllabus. Okay. You have, but you but you have only first three modules for this semester. Okay, the fourth one has been removed. Okay, so you have to study only first three modules. That is module first, developing vocabulary, and in that there is one poem and one lesson also. In the second module there is um, one part from communication skills, that is narration, and then there is one poem as a flower icon by Sundaram. Then in module third there is one more part of the communication skills, that is description, and there is one lesson, I have a dream by Martin Luther King. Okay, so I will teach developing vocabulary, narration, and description. Okay, is that fine? Okay, and 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 keep visiting this. Okay, this is our department blogspot. Okay, so you can visit this regularly, so that, so that you can get information about your exam, your question papers. Okay, and I also do one test for you. Okay, here quiz for BSc First English compulsory. Okay, so in in the notice board in your, I will give this link. Okay, so just visit this link. Okay, are you there? Okay, so keep visiting this link every day, because if there is any update related to your exam or your question paper or your subject, I will keep posting on this website. Okay, so keep visiting this website every day. This is the blogspot of English department. Okay, it will be very useful for you. And please solve this MCQ quiz. Okay, on the first module, that is developing vocabulary, and it is based on your negative prefixes. Okay, so I want you to solve this test today. Okay, so I think we should stop now. I will soon conduct your next lecture. Okay, and in my next lecture, you will see the remaining part of prefixes. Okay, okay, okay. Thank you.